Hi there everyone. I'm very excited to share with you a project that I've been working on for some time. And that project is this. This is the AOS Cine70. It's an X8 7-inch Cinelifter platform designed for carrying heavier cinema cameras like the Red Komodo, the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema, DSLR rigs, that sort of thing. And my goal with this frame was to create a relatively compact, relatively lightweight solution for carrying these heavier cameras that has the same vibration and resonance performance that you would expect from an AOS 5-inch quad. And that's required a lot of design and redesign and refinement, but I think I finally got there. I'm going to take you through all the design elements of this quad on the bench so you understand how it's put together and the various decisions that I made throughout the design to give it the performance that it has. And if you're interested in using one of these professionally, then there's details in the video description, and there'll be some more information at the end of this video about how you can get in touch with me to talk about getting hold of your own Cine70 for the work that you want to do. But that's enough preamble. Let's get into the design. Alright, so let's go through the design of the AOS Cine70 on the bench. And I want to start with the weight and the size. So let's put it on the scale. And you can see that the whole frame dry comes in at just over 1 kilo. And that's without props, but it is with battery straps. If we think about the platform size, this is a really compact Cinelifter. So it's an X8 7-inch design, and it makes it very portable. And just to kind of show what I mean by that, I've got this like little sports backpack here, and I'm just going to put the frame in the backpack. And you can see that this is not a particularly big backpack, but you can fit the frame into it without any difficulty. And there's plenty of space for batteries and spare props and stuff as well. So I think this is a great solution if you're looking for a Cinelifter rig, something that can carry a big camera, but that's still really portable, really compact and lightweight. And I think this platform, this size, is a really great solution if you're looking to carry a larger camera like a DSLR or a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema or a Red Komodo, to get that super high quality footage that you just can't capture with the GoPro. But you want a platform that's compact and portable and easy to move around, easy to use. And I think that's what the AOS Cine70 really delivers. If we look now at how the frame's actually built up, you can see that it has a truss structure for the arms, very similar to other AOS frames. And we know that that provides fantastic stiffness, particularly in torsion. And it really matters for a Cinelifter because you have a lot of weight of motor out on the ends of the arms. And so you need those arms to be really stiff. Unlike other AOS frames, you can see these are actually vertical arms. So the arm actually locks into the top and bottom plate and then goes out and locks into the top and bottom motor plate as well. And this is a nice solution because it makes it very, very simple to build. You can just attach the motors to these plates, screw the plates together and create a kind of truss arm and then assemble that into the body. And that's very easy and simple to do. It's phenomenally stiff and very efficient in terms of the weight of material. So that means the whole frame ends up being much, much lighter than you think it should be, given its stiffness and given the size of the platform that it is. And of course, making the frame stiffer and lighter improves the tuning, allows you to carry a bigger battery for longer flight times, and improves the flight performance as well, because a stiff frame is going to always have better flight performance than a frame that's less stiff. If we take a look at the cinema mount now, you can see that there's a traditional design. There's a clean plate here, and that's mounted on a number of standoffs that go into press nuts in the top plate. So you can just screw straight down into the press nuts, very, very easy. And these will fit standard alpha gel dampers, or they also will come with carbon fiber washers if you want to hard mount the clean plate to the top plate. There's an adjustable angle here, goes up to 60 degrees, and these little aluminium blocks secure the cinema plate to the clean plate and allow you to have that adjustable angle. This camera plate here, the one I've got here, has just 1/4 inch slots for something like a Red Komodo or a DSLR. However, if you have a particular rig with a different mounting pattern, don't worry, just get in touch with me, because I'm fully expecting that for different applications I'm going to have to do a few different designs of this top plate here, and more than happy to discuss your requirements. So just get in touch with me if that's what you're looking for. At the back, obviously there's where the AOS logo is. There's also actually space for a strap here so that you can secure something like a transmitter or a separate battery to power different parts of your setup. So this was a request actually from some of the professional pilots I spoke to. They really like having a bit of space at the back of the top plate for mounting accessories, things like gyro loggers or transmitters, things like that they need space at the back here for. So there's a strap point here and you can mount stuff, and obviously there's also screws here, so you could screw a 3D printed mount down here as well. If we flip the quad over, you can see the underside, and it's just a very clean bottom plate design. There are 3 captive battery strap slots here, so you can really securely mount a large battery. And typically the batteries that I would tend to run on this is something like maybe a 6S 5000 or a 6S 6000 milliamp hour pack, or even something like an 8S battery, depending on what you're trying to do and what your motor setup is. This is the battery that I'm currently using with this quad. You can see this is a 6S 5200 milliamp hour, and I find this to be really good for my test flying, but certainly it could carry a much heavier battery than this if you needed to. In terms of the electronics mounting, there are 3 30mm stacks with also 20mm holes as well. So you can have 30x30 or 20x20 stacks in any of these 3 positions. The final version of this bottom plate will also have 25mm mounting holes in all 3 positions as well, just in case you want to run something like the Avatar VTX up front rather than the air unit. And in this configuration, I've got the 2 ESCs mounted at the back of the quad, flight controller in the middle, and VTX up front. That would be kind of my preferred configuration. You could also take one of the ESCs and potentially move it to the middle position as well, depending on what you want to do. But I found it was pretty convenient to have the 2 ESCs stacked on top of each other with the battery cables coming out straight out of the back. Up front we have the camera mounting, and this is the same as for other AOS frames. It's a 20mm or a 19mm camera, and it has slots for either the DJI FPV camera or for any 19mm camera, and plenty of adjustment. You can move it forward and back so that you can keep these camera plates out of view but still have the protection from them. Let's take a really quick look at a black box log analysis. With black box log analysis, sometimes no news is good news, because what you're seeing here is really just the motor noise. The design and the structure of the frame with the vertical arms and the interlocking plates I think does create a lot of Coulomb damping in the design, so you can't see a visible resonance peak from the platform. What I'm really pleased to see is this quiet zone that extends from 0 Hz to actually, well, quite a bit above 100 Hz, about 125 Hz. That's really ideal for flight performance and for easy tuning, because you've got this real separation between useful information down here, that's the movement of the quad, and noise up here, and you can put your filter cutoffs in this quiet zone and get really, really good filter performance with minimal delay. It's the same story on the pitch axis, where we don't see much visible amplification of the motor noise and no real visible stripes of frame resonance within the motor band. Again, that quiet zone from 0 to about 125 Hz is very visible, and that's where we're going to want to put our filter cutoffs so that we get really, really effective filtering with minimal delay. The yaw axis on the frame was a bit of a surprise for me. I've never seen a yaw axis that looks quite like this. There's just nothing at all on the yaw axis. It's really, really quiet, completely silent. I actually thought I had the wrong plot for a second, but this is the gyro scaled output. It's just very rare to see so little noise on yaw in the gyro scaled log. So you won't have to worry about any noise on your axis at all if you set the quad up in the way that I have here. I hope you enjoyed being taken through the AOS Cine70 on the bench. If you're interested to see some flight footage from the quad, make sure you're subscribed because I'm about to ship this quad over to Austria to support a shoot that's going on over there, and I've been promised some footage from that. So when I get hold of that footage, I'm going to share it up on my channel, and then you'll be able to see some flight footage from this drone as well. If you're interested to try out the Cine70 for the work that you want to do, then please get in touch with me. You can get in touch on my website, or if you go into the About section of my YouTube channel, you'll find my email address there and you can email me. And I'm more than happy to discuss customizations, custom requirements for things like the camera plate with you on a case-by-case basis. Just let me know what you need and we'll try and figure something out. That's all I have for you for today. So until next time, I wish you all very, very happy flying.